you have the situation where you've got your bigger firms that really geared financially and from a skills perspective to supply the relevant and required security services to protect your business.
Hello and welcome to another guest segment on Africa Business Radio. I am Chukunonso Modi. In the last quarter of 2021, property crimes were reported to have decreased, with common robbery being down by minus 11.0%. However, other crime levels continue to increase, and challenges that remain around curbing criminal activities, including issues around capacity. Today, there are more private security companies in the country than official police service workshops, with more than 11,370 registered security businesses. Today, we are talking about innovations in the security industry and the impact of technology in curbing crime. And joining me to have this conversation is a man who has had a successful career in security and technology product development within the security industry. He is the Managing Director at Servest Security SA, Judge Fitzroy. Welcome, Judge. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Good afternoon, listeners and team. Great to be on the show.
Okay. Now let's start with this. What are the current security risks for businesses, and then how much challenge has it posed for the industry?
I think it's crucial to understand that the business risk has really increased over the past couple of years. The criminality has really come to the forefront on a specialized level. You know, you don't necessarily have the normal persons that's looking at the malls and pickpocketing your visitors. You know, This is serious crime intelligence that's being used to target certain businesses. And it's crucial to really be to have your best solution possible to secure your business, because we've seen with the COVID, if you have downtime in your business, what effect does it have on your business? You know, similar with crime. Crime can really bring your business to its knees. We've seen with the July riots and looting in KZN, whereby businesses have been basically burned down from a warehouse with hundreds of million rands of goods therein. That's the next day that, you know, the whole building and the equipment has been burned down. So I think it's crucial to understand, if you want to secure your business going forward, you need to adopt a layered approach of solutions.
All right.
Similar with your business, you need a layered approach that's really solutions based, coupled with good specialized manpower to really secure yourself, your assets, which is your staff, and then obviously make sure that your business that you have business continuity. I think it's even more crucial with the current status that we experience with the load shedding. In those times of load shedding, you must make 100% sure that your security solution is up to scratch to combat these sort of criminality that can hit you during those times of vulnerability. I think that's really, really crucial.
All right. Okay, you know, for every problem, there is a root cause. Now, this risk that we're talking about, what are the causes of this risk? How did they come about? Obviously, it's not just a new thing. We've been having things like that. But what has caused this recent surge?
I do think, like you said, it's been going on for a while. Obviously, poverty has a huge impact. People, you know, not spending their time, you know, earning, you know, a living through normal business. You know, so, but I do think also that something that has a massive impact is that our security industry is exaggerated completely. You know, you look at, we have over 11,000 registered security companies in South Africa.
Wow.
There are over 500,000 employed security officers in South Africa, you know, so to really have a consistent skill set and service offering with those 11,000 registered security companies is really impossible. So I do think you have a situation where you've got your bigger firms that really geared financially and from a skills perspective to supply the relevant and required security services to protect your business, whereby you might have smaller companies that isn't geared really to safeguard your business at that level to fight the criminality. But, they do come in at non-compliant rates. So it's very attractive for the business owners and the business managers to, appoint these sort of security providers. Because from a short-term point of view, it makes sense, saving some money. But longer term, it might really affect your business and your contingency in your business if you don't partner up with a highly skilled and financially stable business that can support you in your, in your goals as a business.
Okay, perfect. Now let's talk about technology and the industry. What impact has technology, played in curbing crime?
Yes, I do think we are actually in a very good space, especially in South Africa, whereby finally we're getting sort of buy-in from the businesses, from your clients, to really have the change over from pure man security, man guarding and, man solutions to technology solutions. I do think the crime aspect has really evolved to such a specialized sort of criminality that you cannot fight the crime without proper technical solutions. From decent off-site monitoring, reliable off-site monitoring, event monitoring, surveillance of vehicles, surveillance of your staff. Even, what has come to the forefront that we've been talking quite a bit about is your drone intervention, what you can do with drones and so forth. But at the end of the day, I think it's crucial to understand it's not a standalone solution. It's not just manned guarding or manned intervention. It's just not technical solutions. I think it's a combination between man guarding, technical solutions, and really good tactical response to those sort of incidents that's going to provide you the full solution at the end of the day. Okay, perfect. Now, you spoke about the industry evolving. So I know that there are new trends, innovations in the security industry. Can you speak to us about them? I do think I don't think there's new trends. If you are from the security industry, I think it's been trends that's been there for the past decade.
Okay.
I do think what the bigger companies has been doing quite well, and some smaller companies as well, that specialize in certain skill sets, is that I think they found a way to really find the sweet spot between the different offerings that's required to fulfill your client requirement. So, there's still the same technology and solutions that were there 5 years ago, still there. I think it's how they are being applied in the market out there that's really making the difference. So the application is far more consistent than it was 5 years ago.
Okay. So now we're speaking of businesses and how, business need to take security seriously. I want us to talk about homeowners. There's the emergence of smart home security. People are trying to, stay safe at home. But then how secure is this smart home security for homeowners? How can they bank on it, be sure that, yes, they're safe even with it?
I think you can never have a foolproof solution, unfortunately. I do think it's looking at the basics is always crucial. You need to understand your surroundings. You need to understand who's next to you at all times, who's living next to you. What have they done to really secure their properties? Because whatever they've done will have a massive impact on your property. So, either for the good or for the bad. And for the bad, then you need to really not looking at to save a buck, not to keep you and your family safe. I think it's really crucial in South Africa. Even if you are staying in estates, do not think you are always safe. There's no foolproof solution. Secure you and your family. Make sure when you're at home at night, when you are in your house, that you are not caught off guard. You must always have a pre-warning system, and that's why I will reiterate the fact that you need a layered approach from your perimeter fence. Even looking at some dogs on your yard at your premises, looking at electric fences, looking at beams on the outside. Then you look at alarms, burglar bars, and so forth. So it's always crucial that you really safeguard your home better than the guy next to you.
Okay.
Because more often than not, the information comes from within to target certain homes. And it's crucial that when the information comes from within in a community, that they know your home is the best safeguarded out of the homes in your nearby community.
True. I agree with you that most of the time information comes from within, so definitely we do need to safeguard our homes. Now, speaking of safety, let's talk about security providers now. What are things to look out for when getting a security provider? What are some tips, for security management, both for businesses and then homeowners?
I think number one is you need to identify in which industry you operate in. So let's say for business owners, am I in the manufacturing? Am I in the ICT? Am I in the automotive? Whichever industry that you operate in. And then I think from there on, you would know in that specific industry that there are certain security companies that really specializes in a service and a solution offering for your specific industry.
Okay.
If we talk about, for instance, healthcare, there are basically 2 to 3 companies that can provide a decent healthcare service and product offering to safeguard your hospitals or clinics. So I think it's really crucial to understand, to do the research on who's those service providers that specialize in that specific industry. Because each and every industry has a different model, and that's crucial to understand that. And then from a home perspective, I would say, local community security companies are very well equipped, and they are also very well equipped with gathering of intelligence. So, your local community service providers are more often than not your best option when you talk about your home security as a partner.
So you're saying that for each, industry, there's a different security outlet for them?
Correct. Because each and every, you can't compare healthcare, for instance, with the automotive industry. Your requirement and your speciality requirement is completely different.
Okay, understand. Yes, perfect. Now let's talk about your company, Servest. How is Servest helping, companies, businesses to take care of the security? What gap are they trying to fill?
So what we've done at Servest is we've really gone through an in-depth analysis over the past couple of years, where we've really dissected each industry's requirement and the skill set requirement specifically. So, for instance, when you look at healthcare, we've built a model that specializes specifically, for instance, to hospitals and clinics.
Okay.
If we talk about mining, there's a bespoke solution specifically for the mining client and for the automotive, for the residential estate. So we've gone through it in length and really dissected and making sure that each and every industry that we service has a complete bespoke solution that we provide them.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show, George. We did learn a lot from you.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the listeners.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That was George Fitzroy, Managing Director at Servest Security SA. More coming your way. Stay tuned for more.